I remember the house well. It stood at the edge of our village where the tall baobab trees cast long shadows in the afternoon sun. The walls were made of reddish mud, and the thatched roof had a slight tilt as if it carried a burden too heavy to bear. The house belonged to Mama Zawadi, a woman whose presence was as mysterious as the silence that surrounded her home. In our village of Mvule, children's laughter was the melody of life. They played under the mango trees, chased each other by the riverbank, and sang songs passed down for generations. But in Mama Zawadi's compound, not a single giggle could be heard. The children who entered that house never played outside, and when they walked through the village, their eyes never met ours. They were always quiet, their shoulders slightly hunched, their spirits locked away in a place we could not see. I was a boy of 12 when I first noticed the absence of laughter from that house. My own mother had sent me to deliver a bundle of dried fish to Mama Zawadi one afternoon. I approached cautiously, my bare feet raising little clouds of dust. I had heard the whispers of the elders, how Mama Zawadi had lost her husband years ago, how she had taken in orphans and cared for them. But there was something else they never spoke aloud, something that left a strange chill in the air whenever her name was mentioned. When I knocked on the wooden door, it was not Mama Zawadi who answered. A boy, perhaps a year younger than me, peered out. His eyes were dark pools, empty and weary. He took the fish with a silent nod and quickly shut the door before I could say a word. I remember standing there, staring at the closed door, an uneasy feeling creeping up my spine. Days turned into weeks, and my curiosity only grew. Why were the children so silent? Why did none of them play with us in the fields or run to the market like we did? I decided to watch the house from a distance. Every evening, I saw the same thing. The children returning from the river in a slow, quiet line, their clothes damp, their faces unreadable, no teasing, no laughter, no chatter. It was when my friend Kito dared me to sneak closer that I learned the truth. One evening, as the sky burned orange with the setting sun, we crept towards the house, hiding behind the pile of firewood. Through the small window, we saw Mama Zawadi standing in the dimly lit room, a shadow long against the wall. The children stood before her, hands clasped in front of them. Then, in a voice as soft as a whisper, yet heavy as thunder, she said, "You must never speak of what happens in this house. If you do, the spirits will come for you." Kito and I barely breathed as we watched. One of the smaller children, a girl no older than 6, trembled visibly. Mama Zawadi placed a hand on her shoulder. "You must obey," she said, her voice thick with something I could not name. That night, neither Kito nor I slept. The weight of what we had seen pressed upon our chests. We could not go to the elders, who would believe us. But we also knew we could not remain silent. The next morning, we sought out Babu Juma, the oldest man in our village, known for his wisdom and fairness. When we told him what we had seen, his lined face darkened. He did not question us, nor did he scold us for spying. Instead, he took his walking stick, called upon the village elders, and together they went to Mama Zawadi's house. The truth unraveled like a frayed cloth. The children had been warned into silence through fear, threatened with tales of spirits who would steal their voices if they spoke. They had been forced to walk endlessly, fetching water, cleaning, cooking, never allowed the joys of childhood. The villagers, filled with anger and sorrow, took the children into their homes, breaking the eerie silence that had hung over them for years. Mama Zawadi, however, didn't protest. She only stood at her door, watching as the children were led away. I saw something in her eyes that day. Not anger, not shame, but a deep, hollow emptiness. As if she too had long forgotten the sound of laughter. From that day on, the house at the edge of the village remained empty, a reminder of a past we didn't fully understand. But the children, they found their voices again, slowly, hesitantly at first, then in bursts of joy. And soon, laughter once more filled the air, as it always should in the heart of Mavule.